What is up, my friends? So, let's talk about the new Exorcist movie. So, we got a new trailer today, actually, for a horror film called Malignant that is being done by James Wan. I'll talk about that in another video, but I want to talk about The Exorcist today, which is coming from Blumhouse. And you're probably wondering, what are you talking about? So, there is actually a reboot, sort of rebirth, sequel, whatever you want to call it, sort of in the likes of how, like, the Halloween Blumhouse is to the original Halloween. Still not sure on how all the details will work, but this is going to come straight from Blumhouse, and many people were upset when this news came out initially. I am in the camp where I am not a horror purist. I believe horror is still good to this day. There's good horror movies made every year, and I don't believe that there is a sort of golden age of horror because I think that there is horror made every year. Maybe you could say there's a decade or something like that, to where there was a lot of horror movies coming out, but let's face it, most of them were crap. So um, this is going to be actually a reboot, like I said, sequel, rebirth of The Exorcist. It is being directed by David Gordon Green. That name sounds familiar. Ding, ding, ding. This is actually the director of Halloween for Blumhouse right now. So I think it's in pretty good hands if he's going to be handling this. Now, whereas Zombie in the Halloween movies he made veered off a lot from the original, I think that David Gordon Green sort of kept the original true and still gave a little bit of an edge in his own spin on the movie itself. So I think that this is going to be a good choice of a director. I don't like, however, when directors do everything because I think there's a lot of talented directors out there that would love to get a chance at something like this. But I understand where Blumhouse is coming from, where they're trying to keep it a little safe, I guess, especially with how precious The Exorcist is for a lot of horror fans, where they have it at this pinnacle of horror success, and this is the movie to be if you want to be a horror film. So I think that's what they're exactly trying to do, is keep it safe right here. Jason Blum has actually talked about this and said it's going to be like David's Halloween sequel. I think it's going to pleasantly surprise all the skeptics out there. We had a lot of skeptics about Halloween, and David turned them around, and I think he's going to turn them around with The Exorcist. So yeah, Halloween had the same type of vibe going when they announced it. Many people were upset. I mean, especially after Zombies Halloween, which, by the way, I do enjoy his Halloween, but I can see why people were turned off from it. A lot of people didn't want this precious film that they grew up with, or maybe it was one of the first horror films they watched, to be sort of tainted, and I understand that. But I think that they did a good job with the Halloween movies, and now we have Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends coming up. So I think with The Exorcist, we're in good hands. He had this to say as well about the different audiences for this film. He said, I want to make a movie that works for both audiences. I want to make a movie for people that know and love the first Exorcist and are furious that we're doing this, but somehow drag themselves to the theater. I want them to come out happy, and I want to make a movie that people who've never heard of The Exorcist really enjoy. I think David did that with Halloween. I think he'll do that with The Exorcist also. So, I mean, they know what they're going up against. They know that this is such a beloved horror film, and many people are pissed. They don't want to see it be like its image be tarnished, and they don't want it to be done just for a cash grab. And I don't think that's the case right here. I think that Blumhouse is really trying to do something special, and I'm all here for it. So here's to them to try and make this work. Now, this is going to be the first film from the Exorcist franchise since 2005, Dominion prequel to The Exorcist. We do have other exorcism films, but they don't fit into the canon with Reagan and all of the other stuff that goes on. So yeah, we had other movies such as Exorcist, The Beginning, Exorcist 2, The Heretic, and Exorcist 3. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if this is going to be a film that is going to do good, or it's going to just be bad, because we haven't had a good Exorcist film in the franchise since the first one, which was done in the 70s. So maybe they might get it right this time. We'll definitely wait and see. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this film right here? Do you think that this is going to do good, or are you sort of skeptic that they can actually bring a good reboot franchise back like this? I don't think that exorcism films are sort of like gone and dead. I know we haven't gotten many. We get a few every like year or two, and they're pretty bad. They always follow the same sort of pattern, and I think that that's definitely something that has to be changed if they want a new audience for this. I do believe that it's viable to do a good exorcism film story just based on me watching the Exorcist show this year. Hands down, one of the best shows I've watched, and the sort of different spin and take that they took on exorcisms was very much so refreshing to see, and I hope that they pick up some notes from that. Of course, that show, if you don't know, got canceled, so sad to see, but I think that if who's ever in charge of getting this done right goes watches that show and they're like, this is what is good and works in these type of scenarios, I think we might have something special in our hands right here. Now, there is no release date yet for The Exorcist. I thought it was going to come out this year because it got announced last year, but according to my own rumor and intellect I've picked up from other people, it seems that this isn't going to be out till like 2023, pretty much until Halloween's trilogy ends, which will be next year with Halloween Ends. What a fitting title, right? But it looks like, in my honest opinion, Blumhouse will release this for an October release, because I don't think that they would release Halloween and Exorcist the same month, especially have them battle it out when it's both of their films. So I think that the reason that this got pushed as well is because a lot of stuff got pushed because of the pandemic and all of that. So definitely gonna have to wait a little longer for that and see where we get this. Hopefully we get some more information pretty soon. It looks like things are picking up and they are going to be getting good. And so Jason Blum behind this with Blumhouse, David Gordon Green directing. No casting done yet. No talk if we will have any of the previous people that worked on The Exorcist, any of the films, come back at all. So it's all still up in the air. Reboot, rebirth, sequel, whatever you want to call it. What are your thoughts on this? Are you excited or not? Do you think there should be new ideas being presented, or are you okay with this happening? I mean, it's been a couple of decades, so I think it's about time they try to bring this back. So we'll see. Anyways, as always, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that like, comment, share, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, so close. We talk movies, music, TV shows, video games, anime, all that good stuff. I have a Kanye West video coming out tomorrow. We have a Kanye West album probably dropping this Friday. No bets, but it sounds plausible, so I'll be talking about that. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok. All will be down below. You can check my WordPress out as well. nerdround.com is my website. And that is going to do it for me. Check out the video on the left if you haven't already. And make sure you turn on that notification bell so you know when a video drops, because YouTube likes to be funny about things like this and not tell you when videos drop. I can assure you of that. It's happened to me with other YouTubers I watch. You can click that subscribe button as well. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to leave your comment down below, because we have a discussion here. And as always, that is going to do it for me. I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.